Welcome back to the Trip 101 Travel Talk series about Kazakhstan. In this second part of our conversation, we continue our exploration of Kazakhstan with Reshav and Taniya. They say this trip was the most exciting adventure in their travel journey so far, in spite of the many challenges they encountered. In this part, they'll share insights about their accommodations, the local cuisine that tantalized their taste buds, and the unique souvenirs that captured the essence of their travels. So get ready for more stories, tips, and a deeper understanding of this beautiful country. Let's jump right back in. I think this is a good segue into discussing the accommodations that you had in Kazakhstan. Saty village was one of the last ones, I'm guessing. So let's start with your stays in Almaty first.
Chimken, we took a hotel because we couldn't find many good options with good reviews. In Almaty, surprisingly, the hotels were really expensive and we did not want to splurge so much. So we ended up using an Airbnb, which was quite nice. It was in a good locality. It was also at a walking distance from most of the cruise attractions. Yeah, and that is for Saty village we had the homestay, so that was also nice. I think the only negative that I feel about the homestay was that there was just one shared washroom for about 9 to 10 people. Otherwise the food was really nice, the tomatoes were really good again. And the rooms were really clean, very nice. So they had separate rooms for men and women, and we had like bunk bed sort of a situation.
A hostel
situation.
Memory,
Yeah. But yeah, very nice.
The homestay in Saty village, that came as a part of the tour that you had booked. Like you didn't book it separately. Okay.
The main reason it was included in the package because it's still not developed as a city. It's like the place, it's a village actually. And it's all surrounded within the mountains. So all the three sides are covered with mountains, and in the center the city is there. So there are no hotels as such. So the only thing and the only way that people can have is a homestay where locals are as a community, they group together. So we had in our bus, it was total 10 or 11 people. So one home was given, another bus and another home. So in a whole village, I think all the houses were accommodating few of the tourists. And whenever we are going to places like Isik or Sharin Canyon, the bus comes and all the people from all those houses assemble. And on a single bus they assemble there, and then from there we tend to go to this different location.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually, because you said if you were doing the one-day tour, you probably wouldn't need a stay, but then you would be in a very rushed state, which you would be exploring these really amazing attractions near Almaty. Whereas if you have this kind of a stay option where you're spending a night, then it gives you that pace to see things well and visit them at a pace at which you can take them in and appreciate their beauty as well. Yeah. Was your stay in Almaty a good one? Did you enjoy your stay at the Airbnb?
We actually did. So the only negative about, I would say, staying in Almaty was there was no bidet.
Oh.
Toilet paper culture, and we were really taken aback.
Yes, we were actually.
Yeah, it was challenging, but we had to make do.
Now there was no option as such. We reached there and the first thing that we saw was no bidets and toilet paper and kind of a jug.
Oh yeah, it was a weird jug, and I really don't know what to do with this jug. Don't we just use this?
That was it. And second was the charging point. So the charging point is kind of different.
The
F sockets are there in Kazakh. And whereas we have 3-pin and 4-pins per concept, but there is F socket, so it's only 2-pin. But thankfully, the Airbnb host was quite. I think he was prepared that a guest is coming and they might not have, so they had a multiplier.
Yeah. So when you were in Almaty, did you take any other transport, or was walking your go-to sort of thing to do?
Number one
take
is cabs.
And we also took a bus. Just this once because we had to, and it was really cheap. Of course, language would be an issue, which is why we did not opt for buses. But if there's some way to figure that out, buses that are really not cheap and very easily accessible. There's a bus stop every few minutes, I feel.
So I tell you, with respect to public transport, they have a kind of a pass system. You can get a week or a month pass for tourists. And you can just take a card and swipe it off and then just enter the bus. One card, yeah. That is something the thing was that we are not staying in Almaty in a very continuous manner. For one day, then we Shimkin, and then we went to Turkestan. Then we returned. There were no fixed days. That's why we didn't get the card. But yeah, bus is the best option. Second is definitely cab, and primary is walking.
For cabs, were you using an app or were you like getting local ones?
Yandex.
Yeah, no, we use the Yandex app.
Yandex app.
Okay. I also want to know about like the food that you ate. We've talked about it a little bit. I definitely know about the amazing tomatoes to have over there. But what else did your meals look like? What were you having while you were there?
I would take this first.
Yeah.
So, Samsa.
Okay. Oh God, yeah, I'd forgotten about some.
So this is typically it's a bread, and inside that it's a puff.
Puffs that we have.
Puffs that we have, yeah. So that stuffed puff, chicken, minced chicken is there. That was a lot of other meats. Yeah, it's there, but since we only have chicken, so we took
chicken
that.
Samsa.
And it was like in every street there's a corner, there's Samsa, and I would definitely, you can find me there, standing there and do a Samsa. So tasty. It's samosa only. Sounds like samosa, but it's a puff.
It's a
chicken puff. You can just eat it out there and sell.
We had one every day.
Every day, yeah.
Every day.
That was one item. Second dish. So Beshbarmak is a national dish of Kazakh. So it contains of horse meat and with the pasta sheets and fermented camel's milk. So this was something very unique. So it was a tough call to have this, but we wanted to try something different.
I was still excited.
Yeah. So getting the dish on the table was not a tough call. We got that dish. Now the first toughest part was to how do we eat it. It was all like Lego set. It was all separated, and now we were just discussing as to how we gonna eat. Fully there was a waiter who didn't understand English at all, and it was like.
We asked him, we use a translator to ask him, can you please tell us what is the proper way to eat this dish? Because this is a huge plate in front of us with the camel's fermented milk sitting right beside us, and we don't know what to do with any of it. And he was trying to use the translator too, and the tag was not working. And then he told us to just pointing, like, put this in this, and then we did and asked, this is what you want, and he was like, okay. And then finally, I think there was something that we were not able to understand.
So he just made a gesture that take this.
Oh yeah, he did the whole thing, put it like this and eat it. I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm not a fan of Beshbarmak. I think I'm not a fan of a lot of Kazakh food in general. I know for us it's really bland for starters, and it's really heavy, I feel, because there's a lot of meat. So they have this. Is it a cheese? It's a cheese.
It's a cheese.
Yeah, so they have this local cheese called a kul. And that is also made from camel's milk only. And they have these round balls and wrap it up like candies. And our driver on the way to Turkestan, who lived with us by the way, she offered us these candies, and we were really excited because we had heard that kurt is famous in Kazakhstan, and it's a very Kazakh specific dish. But it tasted so salty. We were like in a shock for a moment, and I was just taking a small bite, and I told him I do not like it because it's really salty.
Okay, wow. But thank God for the samsa, which you did enjoy out of the Kazakh cuisine. Yeah, about this a little bit earlier, like the language barrier that was restricting a little bit, like the kind of things that you could not do. I want to know a little bit more about that. Did that happen in Almaty as well, or only in Shymkent and Turkestan?
It's everywhere actually, right? Starting from Almaty to even whatever places that we visited, we had that issue. Things can be resolved. The only thing is that Kazakh internet connectivity is more pathetic than people not knowing English. So even we tried to have a Google Translator, it was not working properly because the internet working was at 3G or 4G.
I don't know. At times it would just vanish. So
yeah, so that was the most difficult part, and in order to make them understand is something we're not able to express them as well. So yes, have a stable connection is more, have a nice network, and to work the Google Translator. Second is to get any offline translator app which will work fine with that language, because sometimes even Google Translator used to just convert that Kazakh to Russian and Russian to English, so it doesn't make sense while reading it out because you're not able to understand that language as well. So
that is a huge problem there. So we actually did not buy SIM cards at the airport, which we regretted so much later because there was no SIM card stores near our Airbnb and we had to walk quite a lot. But we do not know where we're going because we don't have access to Google Maps. So we had to ask this random person on the road to please open his Google Maps and just search for a SIM card store and just let us point us in a direction where we go and get a SIM card to just do something. And we could also not explain him what we want because we did not have a translator.
But we managed to show him and tell him that we don't have a SIM, we don't have network. Tell us where we can get the SIM. So we had 2 brand names. We showed them that which of these 2 is nearest to our location, and he opened his map. We took the photo, and from that very photo, we tend to just imagine, okay, we are here, we have to take this right turn, then we have to take a left turn, and we managed to go somewhere where there was a huge mall, and inside the mall, then we happened to get that.
I think 4 to 5 kilometers out of the 20 were just to search for a SIM.
Yeah.
It's best to just buy it straight at the airport.
Yeah. That first night in Almaty must have been very challenging for you guys, with like on the hunt for a SIM.
Yeah, exactly. But I think we tend to have some new things. So this was a new thing for in that country.
Okay, so there's a good tip there that buy your SIM card at the airport before you step out, so that you can use map and translator right off the on the go.
Yes.
Do you guys have any other tips? I know you've already shared quite a bit about when you were using the taxi, especially being careful about it, or taking a bus, which is quite accessible in Almaty. But any other tips you guys have for anyone else who's going to go again to Kazakhstan, or anything you would do differently if you went again?
Oh, a lot of things actually. The first is obviously to get SIM card at the airport. The second would be to also get a travel adapter because the charging stations there are F-type, and our devices our chargers would just not go in. So you would need an adapter for that. Also, if you're vegetarian, you're going to have a huge problem. We eat chicken and beef chocolate there because they eat a lot of beef. So I think it would be a good idea to carry these ready-to-eat meals with you that you get in the boxes. Yeah, I think.
And learn basic Russian phrases like hello, thank you, rakhmet, and these are some basic language that we learned during the journey only, that how we can actually basic communication that we should have.
And the people are really happy to see you trying to communicate with them.
They're very happy, they're very generous, and they're ready to help. Even if they're not able to understand, they still, some way or the other, they manage to get things done in the way that you want.
And since the country is just opening up for tourism, the people there are very excited to see you, and they will come up and talk to you or just wave a high distance or something. And people there are huge fans of Bollywood music.
Yes.
I mean, most of the cabs that we took had a Hindi song playing. It was really cool in a way.
Some way or the other, they tend to first confirm that are you from India, and then okay, you're India. They change the channel and do something, and some way or the other, they happen to get some Indian songs. And which they want to play, and they enjoy a lot in that songs.
Yeah.
So they were enjoying more than you were enjoying.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm quite shocked as well because in the non-English country, you happen to see Central Asia. Bollywood is coming there. That's something that's itself a big achievement.
So no English, no Russian, no Kazakh, but Bollywood songs they know. That's great. Maybe you're reminding me of that scene in the movie Chennai Express where the 2 leads talk If there's no other way to communicate, maybe Bollywood songs. Yeah. Oh wow, that's quite unbelievable but fascinating at the same time. So I'm down to my last few questions, and the major one that I have for you now is, what souvenirs did you get back from Kazakhstan?
Where do we start?
Okay, I'll start from the apples. Almaty is the word Almaty actually translates to father of apples. And there are a lot of apple varieties there, and they're really juicy and really crunchy and very tasty. So we got around 10 to 12 different varieties of apples, just 1 each. Of course, we get fridge magnets from everywhere. So that's a winner. We have a piece of kurt with us. I think there's no big souvenir from Kazakhstan than that. But we also bought a bunch of like locally made jams, I think, and we finished
So
it.
whatever we are discussing, everything got over
Within a week.
Within a week time, we got some local chocolates from there, and we got whichever country you go, so their snacks quite a little bit different. The chips,
Yeah.
from the chips packet, you get to know that in the taste is how they have been in the palate. So we got a lot of different type of chips from there.
We also got a pack of
Noodles.
noodles. I sort of wanted to compare it to Maggi, and we got two, and we still have one left because it's really bland. Like, there's nothing, it's just salt and noodles, that is it. But yeah, not the best. We also got, I think, their perfume oils, and the thing we noticed in Kazakhstan was that everybody smelled so good, like regardless of gender and regardless of their age. They were smelling so good, and then when we saw a perfume stall there, we were like, we don't want that. We want other people to think that about us, that we smell so good, and we got these perfume oils.
Yeah, that was, I think.
We got macadamia nuts also because
macadamia.
they have that there, and hazelnuts, like a lot of things to eat. I'm sorry.
But we got berries as well, but unfortunately that got spoiled. Raspberries.
Strawberry.
So yeah,
Oh,
that was
wow.
it.
I think the only non-edible thing we brought back was
fridge
the
magnet.
fridge magnet.
Everything was edible.
I think the impact of your visit to the green market is quite evident
True.
in the souvenirs that you got.
We got all the apples and the fruits and the macadamia and hazelnuts from
Green Bazaar.
Your week after coming back from Kazakhstan must have been also like a week on which you were relishing these delicious souvenirs that you got. Yeah, it's been really great to hear all about your adventures in Kazakhstan. I think it was a trip filled with lots of adventures, especially like a lot of figuring out that you guys were doing over there, and then all the beautiful things that you saw, as well as the lovely souvenirs that you got.
Yes.
delicious souvenirs.
Delicious.
Yeah. I have a few rapid fire questions for you if you guys are ready for it. We will go one by one. Okay, so who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. In all these situations, I'm the only one who goes first.
Okay, my first question to you is, which was your favorite Kazakh spot or attraction that you saw?
Saty village.
Okay, would you go back to Sharon Canyon again or Lake Kendi?
That is a really tough one.
Lake Canyon.
What type of traveler are you? Do you like solo traveling or traveling with Tanya or a group?
I mean, isn't the answer so obvious? Like, do you have to answer that?
So you want that to happen, something happen after this call?
Oh God, nothing is going to happen.
So I did. So coming back to your question, so when I was in graduation college, so I used to travel solo, and when I happened to get married and have a wife, so now I'm traveling with my wife. So
No options.
Yeah. So I did my both. So I am loving both the sides.
Strategic answer.
More, I think.
I have to save myself at the very end.
What's most surprising thing about Kazakhstan for you?
The kids, they are so chubby, they are so round, they are so cute. You cannot control yourself that you're gonna go and do some chubby cheeks and all. You cannot. They are so cute, and the babies are so damn cute over there.
They were really good answers. That's all for my rapid fire questions for you, Reshav. I want to now go over to Tanya. Okay, are you all set, Tanya?
Oh, set.
Okay, what's your favorite city in the world? Like, best one?
Almaty. Yeah, I would have said it's my favorite city for all the places I've been to. It's Almaty.
Okay. So what was the thing about Kazakhstan that surprised you the most?
Oh my God, there's just so many things I was not expecting. I think I was pleasantly surprised with the city Kyrgyzstan, because in my mind I was thinking it was a village. I don't know where I got that perception from, but I was fully expecting it to be a village. But it's so much better than Chimney. It was so much better than I had expected. Like really pretty, really vibrant. So yeah, that was surprising.
When someone asks you for recommendation for Kazakhstan, what would be the one place that you would definitely ask them to check out?
I would ask them to visit Candy Lake.
What's one thing that you wish that you had done differently in Kazakhstan?
One thing I wish I would have gone in October, maybe a bit earlier when the weather was still warm. There was still sun, because a lot of our days we were inside because of the rain. and even the lakes felt a bit gloomy because it was very cloudy. The sun would have made a huge difference.
Those were both good responses. Both of you did really well on the rapid fire. There's no hamper on this one, but thank you so much.
I was hoping for one.
Maybe it'll be a bottle of fermented camel's milk for you.
Samsa for him.
But thank you so much for joining me today, sharing all about your trip to Kazakhstan. It was really great speaking to both of you. It was like a really fun trip. I can definitely understand that from speaking to you. So I hope that the viewers will find the information that you have shared today useful.
We're really excited to share our experiences.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah, we love talking about it. Thank you so much.
Okay, with that, we will sign off for today. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That concludes our enlightening discussion with Reshav and Taniya about their adventures in Kazakhstan. From the breathtaking landscapes to the rich culture, delicious food, and adventures, their journey is a testament to the beauty of travel. We hope you found their experiences inspiring and informative. If you liked what you heard, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Why don't you go ahead and share this episode with your gang with whom you would like to travel to this mesmerizing country. Thank you for tuning in to the Trip 101 Travel Talk series. Until next time, keep exploring and happy travels.